evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Clayton Floriani. We are live on the campus of ECS with head football coach Trey Adams. Trey, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Busy time of the year with the season getting kicked off. I know you've had a lot of 4 a.m. wake-ups since probably May, trying to balance, wear both hats of, trying to balance the advancement aside, alumni relations, and now head coach. But tell us a little bit about that, how that's been an adjustment for you.
Yeah, it's time management at its best.
Yeah.
Long days, but it's easy to have long days when you believe in the product and believe in the school. With the leadership of Mr. Brady, the board, faculty and staff, it's an easy place to come to work every day right now. The excitement is unbelievable. The momentum we have will be positive in enrollment this year, which is tremendous.
Yeah.
So, balancing advancement during the day has been challenging as well as football.
Yeah.
But you come to work, and in one regard you're selling the school, and in the other, with the football, it's a platform to disciple and pour into young men. So not being in the classroom during the day, football is allowing me to build hopefully a lifelong bond with some of these kids.
It's a kingdom-minded outlook on that.
It is.
Great. We kind of wanted to have this forum with the head coach tonight because we felt like we would maybe give everyone at home a glimpse into maybe what this season would look like. And I thought probably no better place for a head coach to start was with your coaches, your staff,
right?
The guys that you rely on. So if you could just kind of walk us through your coaches, some new guys. I know they're on the staff, and you've already kind of put your stamp on it. I know with kind of shuffling them around a little bit. Maybe to some strengths that you feel like they had.
We have. Obviously, for the last 2 years, I was on the defensive side of the ball. So that's really who I am at heart. And on the defensive side, Scott Vogel will be coordinating our defense. Ben Todd will still be working with our D-line. And at inside linebackers, which was my pride and joy over the last 2 years, we needed a dynamic personality that could really get them going, and we moved Hardy Buck over from the offensive side of the ball to inside linebackers, and we brought Coach Daniel Holmes up from the middle school to coach our outside linebackers. So on defense, we have a staff of 4, which is tremendous. The last couple of years we've been a staff of 3, so that's a blessing. It's more one-on-one time for our kids. Then offensively, I brought my high school head coach back. Responsible for all 4 state championships at ECS. Coach Jim Hines, he'll be coaching our quarterbacks and also coordinating our offense, as well as bringing Coach Hines over. We brought Coach Taylor Powers over. He will be our receivers coach this year. Tremendous young coach. Excited to have him at ECS. And then on the O-line, Coach Steve Wilford will still be here. Has been around for a long time. Tremendous offensive line coach. Tremendous leader of young men. They really respond well to him. And then at receivers, at running backs, we will have Coach Omar Ruvacaba coming back for a second year. Coach Rue does a tremendous job with our running backs. And at tight ends and strength coach will be Coach Manuel Burton, who's the longest tenured here. So he has some strong ties to ECS and does a phenomenal job with our tight ends.
Yeah, great. So a lot of continuity, as you can tell, from last season to this season. So that's definitely a positive.
It is.
Also a positive are the number of returning players that we have.
Right.
And then on top of that, the number of returning starters that
Right.
we have on both sides of the ball. So a lot of experience. I don't want you to give away too much that you're working on. I know that's an advantage we have this year of you being the new coach. But what did you say would be some strengths that we have on both sides of the ball?
I think the biggest strength we have inside our locker room, we talked about from day one being a family and truly being a family. It requires some tough conversations, some fun times, some hard times, but we're going to hold each other accountable. But that starts with our seniors and our returners, and through June and half of July, they've held each other accountable. We have a strong senior class that are leaders. They understand what it takes to be successful, but they also can handle success. And sometimes teams can't handle success. And coming off of last year, I feel like the returning group of players understands there was a little bit left from last year. but also what that unfinished business hopefully will start and accelerate through the season this year.
So is that group of seniors you mentioned? That's what I guess you're really looking to go from last year 9-3. You know, what does it take to stay hungry, to
Right.
stay humble, but yet have that confidence to say, God, we were one game short of a championship berth last
Right.
year. So I guess you're saying that senior class, very important.
They are the leaders right now.
Yeah.
They have brought on the rising juniors throughout the summer. Have been an unbelievable surprise. That rising junior class has come along, but the seniors are holding them accountable. And if we start paying it forward, where the seniors are bringing the juniors along, and all the way down to freshmen, we can build and continue the foundation that has been set over the last couple of years.
Well, you guys have some, seems like a great 8th grade class coming up to 9th grade, and then just stepping up. I mean, you got a lot of guys who are working hard, and I know you're the type of player you were and coach. If you work hard and give me all you got, you're going to get on the field.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
We talked about it yesterday, at the end of our team meeting. We were fortunate enough to have our first 7-on-7 tomorrow against MUS, and we want to see guys compete. We want guys that hate to lose just as much as they enjoy to win, and go compete, go give it your best, and we will find a spot for you on Friday nights under the lights.
Yeah, that's great. Speaking of Friday nights, August the 13th will be our fall sports kickoff, so we'll kind of pay tribute to all the fall sports, but especially that night, we'll have it's a pretty fancy scrimmage. Scrimmage sounds like you're out in the field, but it's a full-on game, basically, against Fayette Academy that we did last year as well. So these guys, knowing now what we knew last year, they had a great ball team.
They did.
They had a deep run to the playoffs.
They did.
We didn't know that then, but we're going to get to have them again, which will be a great introduction to the team, see what you got under the lights,
Right.
So I know that's exciting, but we'll move a little past that. Probably the talk on the street is CPA comes to town. That first game that we've had 3 in a row the past 3 years, some pretty high caliber teams, and this is going to be defending state champs in our backyard.
The defending state champs are coming to our place.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time. Obviously, we're going to prepare to play whatever opponent it is each week, but having the defending state champs, it's not going to make or break our season week 1, but it's going to be a great measuring stick for where we are. Coach Martin at CPA, they've done a tremendous job of building a program. They've built a program of multi-sport athletes across the board. Their roster size is very large for our division. And anytime you have a defending state champ come to town, I hope we're ready.
Yeah.
And I know you'll see a team that will give it their all and be glorifying in the process.
Well, that's what you said. Anytime you have that type of team coming to town week 1, it's not hard to motivate your guys during the summer when it's hot. They're thirsty, they're sweating. I mean, that's a big game. We're not waiting until week 3 to play a big game. It's week 1.
That's right.
You better be ready.
That's right. It's easy to motivate a team that feels like there was some unfinished business last year, and knowing the next game that counts on the schedule is against the defending state champs. It's an exciting time.
Good deal. Well, we look forward to having more conversations with Coach Adams. We'll try to do these weekly as we kind of give a preview for the games coming up, and I think it'll be an exciting time for you at home to kind of get on board with us as we travel through this 2019 season. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Glad to have you.